Hello, Stephanie Zima here, My Way of Life Coaching. Today, I'm going to talk to you about emotional struggles every entrepreneur is facing, and first and foremost, how to actually overcome them, especially if you're introverted. It's really important information, so I need you to stay tuned all the way till the end, okay? Because it's going to change your life. Now, 8 years ago, I jumped into network marketing with super big dreams. I was somebody that wanted to impact freedom, and I wanted to have the financial success. I had a very fast and very exciting start, but then reality hit, right? I drank the Kool-Aid back then, and then reality hit. I was introverted, and in a world full of extroverts, all those team calls just felt fake. Everything was draining me. Events was draining me. Sip and teas were draining me, all the stuff. And the pressure to recruit the right way left me filled with self-doubt, procrastination, and absolutely shame over the lack of my results. I wasn't producing anymore, and I couldn't figure out why. Everyone around me said, oh yeah, it's okay. You are not cut out for this. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And a little part wanted to believe them, but something inside of me refused to quit. I just knew. I had it inside of me. I knew I was meant for more. So what I did instead was I dug in. I studied mindset, human behavior, and how it all ties into performance and into sales. And I started to create my own system, one that honored my introverted nature, one that built real confidence, and one that helped me reconnect with who I truly was. And that system didn't just change my business, but it changed my entire life. Now I teach women just like you how to build powerful, authentic businesses by healing what's holding you back, okay? Really figuring out and diving in what is holding you back, what is on the root of it all, connecting with your true identity, and finally leveling up by taking the action that feel good for you, okay, without losing yourself in the process. Because think about it, no big businesses can be built on shaky foundation. You have to fix that foundation first. You have to become the woman that can sustain all of that, right? And when you can do that, everything will change for you. So let's dive in for a little bit and see what the emotional struggles are that humans usually have that are trying to be in network marketing. And especially the introverted ones, right? We are introverted and we are feeling weird about the traditional way of building it. Now, I do, however, want you to make money because, the desire for freedom and desire to financial relief is huge. And even though you're an introverted, you can build an amazing business that feels good to you and that helps and has the impact that you really want for others to have. Okay, and here's how. Now, first and foremost, when you are building a business, you have to build your emotional backbone, right? Something that keeps empowering you. So while you are aware of all the things that are going to drain you, the things that are not feeling good, most of us are aware of those things. Many are not aware of what fuels you. What is making you feel good? Why exactly do you want to do something? Why do you want to do it? And what way that feels authentic to you could you achieve it? Okay. Many extroverted people have issues with the emotional isolation that building a business can actually bring you. But that is our superpower. As introverts, we actually enjoy the isolation. The problem we have is not the isolation that is an issue for us, but the fact that when we don't have results, we somehow think we suck. We somehow think we fail. We have doubt. And that doubt that is creeping in is what's keeping us either quitting or that keeps us from taking the action. It's not the isolation, because we as introverts, we enjoy isolation. We like being behind the computer. We like just typing messages. We like just talking to a camera instead of having a huge audience like that. We like that, right? So this would be ideal. And during COVID times, building an introverted business, like where everybody was behind it, that's why a lot of people saw this as an actual opportunity. But then when everything flipped, now you're being asked to step out. And you think that's the only way how you can have results. But that is wrong, because even as an introvert, even behind the camera, you are going to have amazing results if you build a business that suits you. And here's how you're going to do it. You need to first and foremost become aware of what you really want to do. Why do you want to build this business? The purpose is super important. There's so many different ways on how to skin a cat, right? So to speak, I mean, we don't really want to skin cats. You know what I mean? But there's different paths you can take to Rome. You can use that analysis. There's different ways how to climb the mountain. There is so many different things. So most of us are going to be happy with $500 to $1,000. Well, while it's true that you need a ton of people to be getting to the top of your company, most of you are going to define financial freedom by $500 to $1,000 a month, right? Maybe $1,500 a month. Think about it. What would that do, right? $500 consistently would not only pay for your products, but it would also pay for maybe some groceries. Maybe it will make a car payment. Maybe $1,000 will now allow you to put money aside to save for incidentals. I'm telling you, just this weekend, I was stranded with my 3 children on the side of the road. $2,100 later, I was back reunited with my car that was functioning. Think about it. If I would have not had that extra money, I would have been completely screwed. I'm just going to tell you, I would have been completely screwed. I would have been on the side of the road, nothing around. I would have not been able to pay for a taxi. I would have not been able to pay for the hotel room to have my kids sleep. And what would I have done? I would have probably sat in the car, and I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know what I would have done without money. So let's get real. Introverted, extroverted, whatever, we all need money to have the life we want. We don't even want to talk about these super amazing vacations that everybody advertises in network marketing. We need to have extra money so we can buy the things we need and to maybe save some extra money on the side. That is why we're actually here. So let's just be real about it. We are here to make some extra money so we can have it, okay? And in order to do that, it's not just a job. See, network marketing and sales, you actually have to come across as genuine. You have to be a certain way for people to trust you, especially strangers. And how can you do this if you are not feeling comfortable with the things you need to do, right? That's the dilemma. That is why so many people are not having results, because you are not showing up as it. And so you're scrambling, trying to figure out, oh, maybe if I would be a little bit more extroverted, maybe if I would do a little bit more of that, maybe then I would be able to. No, listen. You can build a business even when you're introverted. You can talk to people one-on-one, because see, introverted like deeper connections. We like purpose. We like to be comfortable, okay? And that's all you're going to need to do. You need to find a small amount of people. You need to talk to a small amount of people. You need to make those small amount of people converting into your idea, basically, whatever it is that you're selling, and then you're going to teach them how to do the same thing for themselves. Now, if you're recruiting an extrovert, that extrovert is probably going to go and say, yes, I'm going to make an event and I'm going to be able to do this and I'm going to do this. And you're going to say, that's great. Go ahead. Here are all the tools. Here you go. Okay. It doesn't take you to have to do it all for them. You can continue to build your business true to yourself with small amount of people. You don't have to build like your big people in your company. You do not have to do it that way. You can just be and leading from the back and empowering those extroverts to do it the way they want to do it, and you do it the way you want to do it. See, the only thing that's preventing you from actually doing this is 2 things. One, it's you don't know what you need. You are not in touch with your authentic self. You are not in touch. You don't remember. You may have trauma. You may have fears that are holding you back, rejection, all these unhealed mindset issues that are these thoughts that are creating you to feel a certain way. Those are holding you back. That's mindset. And then secondly, usually you do not have disciplined action to continue with the things that you need to do every single day. To start, you have no systems, is what I want to say. You don't have systems that will continually bring leads into your business. Because why are you not doing this? Let's stick here for a minute. Why are you not consistently bringing in leads? Because they drain you. Okay? They drain you. Why do they drain you? Because you haven't figured out who you are actually looking for and how you want to deal with them. See, if you have not healed rejection and fear, you are not going to take these actions to have good results that will eliminate those fears. Okay? So do you see what I'm saying? On the one side, you have fears and insecurities, and that leads you not to take those actions. But what we need to do is you need to take these actions to give you confidence, to give you fear, to reduce that fear, because you're going to have better outcomes. Make sense? Okay, that is when you can learn how to regulate yourself, how to validate yourself, which you have a big plus. You're an introvert. You don't need other people except for you, a healed you inside, right? That's important. But once you have that, you're going to be golden. You're going to be so resilient. You're going to be able to make it happen, because you actually can probably build a much better business than the extroverted people, because you are not going to need other people to build this for you and be with you and give you energy, because you can generate the energy on your own, right? We sometimes think introverted people are less powerful. In fact, you're probably more powerful, because you can generate your own energy. You don't need it from other people. You can generate it yourself. The only thing you need to have is you need to be able to set really good boundaries on the things that drain you. And that is where you need to heal, because many introverts do not have enough boundaries to actually get not drained, get recharged, or have a good balance between draining and charging. Okay, does it make sense? So the emotional regulation for the rejection will also help you overcome that imposter syndrome, because if you can get rejection handled, you will take action, and the more action you take, the more confident you will grow, and that's how you get rid of your imposter syndrome. Okay, and the more boundaries you can have to protect those actions and make sure you put time in for recharging your batteries, that's how you're going to get on top of burnout. Okay, it's really powerful. Once you understand this song and dance, you are going to be able to be golden. Now, let's think about this for a minute. To make your $500 to $1,000 of income that you are looking for, right? You just need a handful of people to do that. You don't need thousands and thousands of people to do that. Now, those handful of people can turn into thousands and thousands of people. And if you have extroverts in there, they may run with it, but that doesn't mean you have to. Okay? That's really powerful to understand, that you do not have to. Power of vulnerability is something the introverts usually have. We are very empathetic. We are usually very in tune with our feelings and stuff. And that is a superpower when it comes to sales. Okay? When it comes to sales, because when you're on one-on-one, you can connect better. See, when you're out there, extroverted, you have to be really clear on your marketing messages for the masses to see you. That's not that easy, okay? Extroverted people don't have it super easy either. They are going to have to be so clear in their marketing messages that the masses start getting attracted to them. But if you're introverted, you can use your natural empathy, your natural power to connect one-on-one, your intuitiveness. And if you build it right, if you build your business right, if you set it up right, you are going to be able to use that to help other people in sales. Because let's see, who is going to buy when they feel seen, when they feel understood, and when they are trusting you, right? how much faster can you get somebody when you're looking at them one-on-one, and when you have empathy for them, meaning you see them for their struggles, where they are, what's going on for them, and when you can actually care for them, because you are not having millions of people you're needing to care for, but you only have maybe 3 or 4 or 5, okay? You can really help and make a difference here. And that is the power of building as an introvert. Now, that's not being taught in mainstream network marketing, because mainstream network marketing teaches extroverts how to make the masses, okay? You want to build a different way. You want to be in touch with yourself if you are trying to make online cash as an introvert. So that means your marketing has to be tuned into you. You need to make sure that you are taking actions that refuel you and not just drain you. And you need to maybe take breaks in between. Maybe you need to be really focused. You need to have a focus of, when am I recruiting? When am I talking to people? And maybe you need to say, okay, I'm going to talk to 5 people in the morning. I'm going to talk to 5 people in the afternoon. I'm going to maybe talk to 5 people in the evening. And I'm going to have balanced periods of time in between that I can then recharge. Maybe you don't talk to 20 people in one sitting. Maybe you know, and everyone is different. That is my superpower in my mentorship, is actually I work with each individual person's situation. And I am such a high driven, pivotable person that I can adjust really quickly with my strategies to who you are and what you need for your specific set, okay, for your brand, for your mindset, for your ability to feel better. That is my superpower. That is what makes me so much different as a mentor, as a coach, than the majority of the people. So if this was helpful to you, I would love for you to check out the link or comment below. You can either get a free discovery session, or you can just hop into my mentorship. My mentorship is only $27 because I wanted to make sure it is affordable for everyone. It is a subscription. You can come into the Friday call. You can have your Voxer access, to me if you want to. You can have community of people that are like you, people that are wanting close and deep connection. That is the tribe that I'm building, close and deep connection. We want to talk about shame. We want to talk about guilt. We want to talk about fears. We want to talk about the bad stuff that's holding everyone back. I don't want to only talk about the good stuff. I want to talk about the real things, the authenticity, right? The struggles that we are dealing with. Why? Because I tell you one thing, I am so passionate of helping women rebuild their lives. And money is one of the things. Whether or not you've been dealing with a divorce, whether or not you've been a single mom, whether or not you've been just in a marriage that is lonely because you are just alone in that, right? Because your significant other or your married husband, whatever, is off doing his own thing. There's so many lonely married people out there in the world. It's pitiful, right? Men really need to start shaping up a little bit. Sorry if you're a man, please take that as a constructive criticism. And remember that personal growth is for you as well. But okay, I'm so fired up of helping these women walk it free, to create an income for yourself, to have options for your children, and for you to be mentally sane and feeling amazing so you can help and lead those that need and depend on you. That is what I'm passionate about. That is my mission. And if a $27 membership is going to help you accomplish that and achieve that and help you feel better, heal whatever is broken and what's holding you back, connect with who you are and the impact you want to make with people, and then level up by actually being accountable and taking the actions to rebuild, because that's messy, you guys. Let's get real. Those things are messy. They are messy to build the habits, and we fail and we have emotions and we try and we have emotions, and it's all messy. You need a tribe of women that are holding and having space for you in a loving and supportive way. And that is what the Walk It Free mentorship group is going to be all about. So make sure you hop on in there and share this if this was helpful to you. All right. Hope to connect with you soon. Love you. Bye.